One thing that kind of stinks about being out here in the bee yard and you not being here with me is you can't smell what I can smell. Well, I'm out in my orchard, actually. It's kind of messy. It's a little bit overgrown, but my house is back there. But I've got goldenrod. See all the goldenrod around? And here's a little beautiful honeybee on the goldenrod. See? She's collecting. But anyway, yeah, you can't smell it. I wish you could, but you can't. Too bad. Sorry. But it is beautiful out here. And but today, anyway, I'm gonna do a simple combination. Okay. What I have is I've used up my mating nukes, and so I've got 2 frame mating nukes, 2 on each side. And I pulled queens from them the other day, and so therefore they don't have queens in them anymore. And I'm done with queen rearing this year. So what I'm going to do is I have a 5 frame mating nuke. I have a 5 frame nuke, and that came from 2 mating nukes. Anyway, so what I'm trying to get at here is, so I had another side-by-side 2 and 2 mating nukes, and I put those into one with the queen. And so that's a 5 frame nuke right now. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to stick another 5 frame box right on top of that one. And then I'm going to take all 4 frames from the 2 mating nukes that I decommissioned, or that I'm decommissioning today because I pulled queens out. And I'm going to put those right on top of newspaper. So it'll be a simple combine, and you can do this any which way you want. You can take 2 colonies, or, you know, if you lose a queen in one and you want to add a colony to another, it's the same principle basically. And all we do is we take newspaper, we lay the newspaper down on the existing colony, and then we take all the bees out of the other colonies, put them with the frames on right on top of the newspaper, and put a lid over it, and they will chew through the newspaper and become one colony within a couple days. Okay, but this slowly allows them to get used to the queen and accept her. Okay, the other thing I'm going to do, because the bees have been queenless for a few days, they've probably started queen cells. So as I pull each frame, I'm going to look and make sure that there are no queen cells. Okay, so that's that. But before we do this, I'm going to walk over to the bee yard because it's loud over there, and it could just be because they're bringing in tons of honey, but I'm a little bit worried because I've had 1 swarm from out of my double nuke already this year, and I'm worried that maybe the honey flow is so strong right now that that I might be having another swarm. So I don't think so, but it's noisy. So anyway, let's go look. Starting to bloom. Bees love asters. So, goldenrod, look at all the goldenrod. Bumblebees really like goldenrod too. See that? Let's go check out. Boy, it's noisy out here. I don't know if you can hear it. It is not a swarm, but the activity level on these bees is off the charts right now. Look at the activity, and drones are a bit noisier. Pay attention when drones are flying. Drones are often quite a bit noisier. Okay? So the bee yard is always a little louder when the drones are flying. But look at the activity here. And it smells wonderful. I need to get in here and clean this up. I'm seeing a lot of drones. About 3-4 weeks ago, it looked like they were getting rid of the drones, but now I don't think so. Yeah, the activity is really fast and furious right now. And I don't see a lot of pollen coming in. And it's weird because it's kind of overcast. There's some pollen right there. Oh man, I got close to the colony. I got a really good whiff. But anyway, it's overcast out here. And I don't know, maybe they're just returning and that's it. But there's some pollen in that one. So anyway. All right, so anyway, I lost track of what I was doing. So anyway, this is awesome. Bees are going crazy right now. Look at the drones. Drones. Pretty cool. All right, let's go look at the other, let's go do the combine. All right, so I'm gonna take this nuke here and we're going to expose it by taking the lid off. And I'm not gonna use smoke. This is the feeder. So I'm gonna use that lid. So I'm gonna go ahead and use that. The box that was on top, this one over here, which you're probably not seeing very well. I'm gonna go ahead and use that box to put the bees in. Okay. So I'm getting rid of the spider webs. And I'm gonna gently take the lid off. Like that. All right, and I don't want to cause a crazy ruckus. I want to be as gentle as possible. So I'm going to go ahead and take this off. All right. And it doesn't hurt if you want to peek in there and find eggs. I mean, it's not a bad idea maybe to go in and just verify. Because I haven't checked on this colony for a while. So it's probably not a bad idea to make sure that I do have eggs. I think it's been about a week, so. Well, there's very young larvae. All right, there's eggs. So I do see eggs here on this frame. You know how I love to show you guys queens, so I thought I'd look for the queen too real quick, but I don't see her. But yeah, there's definitely eggs. So everything's good. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and button this right back up. Like that. Now I have one problem, and that is the frame is pushed out on this side. So what I like to do in that situation is move it facing out. And still nothing perfect, but I'm rolling bees right now and I'm just doing it very gently. And that didn't turn out too bad. So next step is, what we're gonna do now is we're gonna add newspaper to the top. All right, so here's the newspaper. And then we're gonna go ahead and try to get our box put down just right. And I don't see any tears. Now, some people, what they'll do is they'll go ahead and make a slice inside there. And what that'll do is that'll allow them to, you know, they'll put a, let me raise this up. They'll put a slice in there, and then what that'll do is it'll just allow the bees to merge a little quicker. If it was really hot, I'd probably do that, but it's not. So now the other thing is I'm doing 2 separate queenless colonies. They've been queenless for a couple days. Because they're queenless, I don't have a problem putting them together up here, okay? So I don't think it's a big deal. That's my opinion. Okay, so next step now is I'm gonna go start bringing the frames of bees over here. All right, we're still rolling. All right, so now I'm just gonna pull the frames out from the Nucs, and as I do that, I'm gonna remove, I have some beetle traps in them, which I'll show you here. And I don't remember the name of these beetle traps, but they work very well if you take a peek. What you do is you put apple cider vinegar here, and then you put vegetable oil on the 2 outsides, and they're attracted to the apple cider vinegar. So I'll probably end up putting that inside the colony today. Frame number 1. I'm just making sure there's no queen in here, which I know there's not because I removed her. But I don't see a queen cell either. That's the real interesting thing, no queen cell. Let me pull this one again and make sure there's no queen cell in there. And there isn't. Now moving on to the second colony. There's the other beetle trap. Look at how many beetles are caught up in there. These traps work really good. I'm very impressed with them. All right, so these guys have started queen cells. Which I'm gonna subsequently destroy. More queen cells here. So I'm just destroying those queen cells over there. And then the last thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just shake all the bees off that are inside the box, and it's likely not gonna do great, but most of them are gonna fly back. And that's fine. I'm gonna set it right here so the bees will find it eventually. And then I'll go ahead and put the beetle trap back in. And then the last thing I'm gonna do, I'm gonna cover this up real quick, and then I'm gonna go find a honey frame. All right, so I found my frame. I just went and found a honey frame from a real strong nuke that I have, and I just pulled it, and I pulled the bees too. So I'm not at all concerned about, since we're doing a combine anyway. So we're gonna lift this off really slowly so we don't rattle the bees. Okay. All right, so now I got that in. I got the beetle trap in. And now I'm just gonna put the lid on it. And that's it. The only other thing I need to do is put a brick on top of that, which I'll come back and do. And that's it. That's really a simple way to do a combination of two colonies. Or if you want to combine mating nukes to decommission them, you can do it this way too. Works great. So anyway, I hope this helps. If you got any questions, ask. And if I left something out, sorry about that. I'm not really a professional. I just play one on YouTube. All right, thanks. Take care.